Zainab didn't expect her life to change on the morning she found Ibrahim crying behind the school laboratory. She had only meant to cut through the back path because she was late for assembly. She wasn't supposed to hear anyone's voice there, definitely not the quietest boy in SS2, but she heard it, a choked, muffled cry. It was swift, like someone was trying to swallow pain. And because Zainab had never been the kind of girl who walked away from a wounded person, she stopped. She rounded the corner quietly. And there he was, Ibrahim, the boy who always kept to himself, sitting on the concrete floor, wiping his face with the back of his hand like shame itself was chasing him. She froze. He looked up. For a single, heavy moment, their eyes held. His were red, wounded, and exposed. Zainab felt the air shift inside her chest. That was the beginning, the first opening. The moment her heart tilted toward a boy she had never planned to notice. She didn't know that she would also fall for another boy a few weeks later. She didn't know that both boys would end up fighting for pieces of her heart. She didn't know that love could make a girl question the person she thought she was. All she knew that morning was Ibrahim's trembling voice when he whispered, "Please, don't tell anyone you saw me like this." And that was where everything began. Zainab stepped closer slowly, dropping her bag beside her. "I'm not here to laugh at you," she said softly. Ibrahim looked away, feeling embarrassed. "I'm fine." "No, you're not," Zainab said sharply. He let out a shaky breath and muttered, "I can handle it." Zainab sat beside him anyway, her voice gentle as she asked, "What happened?" Ibrahim hesitated, then exhaled. "They asked for school fees again. My uncle said he's tired. I just need to finish SS2 in peace. After that, I can find work. But right now, I don't know what to do." His voice broke down to it hit her deeper than she expected. Not pity, something else. Something painful and warm. "I'm sorry," she whispered. He nodded, rubbing his palms together. "I'll be fine. I'm used to managing by myself." Zainab looked at him properly for the first time. He wasn't handsome in the loud, showy way. But there was something honest in his face, something steady, something that drew her. "I won't tell anyone," she promised quietly. He nodded. "Thank you." That promise would become the thread that tied them together without either of them realizing it. That same morning, a new boy walked into the school compound. He was tall, sharply dressed, and had a calm confidence in every step. His name was Femi Adebayo, a transfer student from a well-known elite private school across town. His father had just become the PTA chairman and insisted that his son should finish the year here. The whole assembly ground buzzed the moment he stepped in front. The girls were whispering. The boys were sizing him up, but Femi didn't seem to care. He looked ahead, his hands in his pockets, like he already owned the space. Zainab didn't notice him much. She was thinking about Ibrahim, but Femi noticed her. From the first second, he didn't show it. But he did. And later that afternoon, when he saw her answering a question in class confidently, he leaned to the boy beside him and asked, "Who is she?" "Oh, that's Zainab Lawal," the boy whispered. "She's the smartest girl in SS2. Femi simply nodded, but inside him, his interest sparked. After classes that day, Zainab rushed to the school library to drop off a book she had borrowed. Ibrahim was sitting in the corner, reading in silence. He looked up and smiled faintly when he saw her. "You again," he teased softly. Zainab laughed and walked towards him. "I brought back the biology textbook." Before she could reply, Femi walked into the library. He spotted her instantly. "Hey," he said, flashing a polite smile. Zainab nodded. "Hi." Femi noticed she didn't smile back. She didn't blush or shift. She didn't act impressed. He found that strangely refreshing. "I'm new here," he said, "and I just wanted to say hi." Zainab nodded again. "You're welcome to our school." Her eyes drifted back to Ibrahim, who was watching the exchange quietly. Femi noticed. He also noticed the way Ibrahim looked at her. Careful, protective, and almost like she belonged to him. Femi turned to Ibrahim and said, "Hi, I'm Femi." "I'm Ibrahim," he replied. Their handshake carried a silent tension neither of them understood, yet that a question already forming in the air was, who is she to him? Who is he to her? Over the next week, 3 things happened. 1. Femi started sitting closer to Zainab in class. He never pushed conversation, but he watched her. He listened to her. He noticed the little details about her that others ignored, like her handwriting, her quiet leadership, the way she defended people she cared about, the way she hid when she felt overwhelmed. He didn't flirt with her. He didn't rush anything, did he? Just grew very attentive. Zainab and Ibrahim grew closer. She checked on him very often. He opened up to her little by little about his life challenges. Sometimes they studied together in the library. Sometimes she brought him snacks without making it obvious. And every time she smiled at him, something inside him glowed. But he never said a word, because boys like him never gets girls like her. Point 3. Femi noticed everything. He noticed how she talked differently to Ibrahim. He noticed the softness in her eyes when she looked at him. He noticed the bond forming. And for the first time, Femi felt a quiet, unsettling warning that this girl, she might matter to me eventually. It happened in chemistry class. The teacher paired them for a practical. Zainab plus Ibrahim. Femi plus Shola. Femi didn't like it. But he didn't argue because nothing would have been done about it anyway. As the class worked on their practicals, he kept glancing at Zainab and Ibrahim. He noticed Zainab correcting Ibrahim gently. He noticed Ibrahim laughing into his palm like a shy child. He noticed the way they leaned close to each other. Shola nudged him. Guy, better ignore them. Zainab doesn't like boys like him. But Femi shook his head, because he could see that she did. Jealousy came like a faint sting. Not loud. Not dramatic. Just enough to tighten his chest. Why the next week, Zainab realized her heart didn't know what it wanted. With Ibrahim, she felt peace, calm, warmth, and a sense of safety. With Femi, she felt awareness, excitement, nervousness, and a pull she couldn't explain. One boy felt like home. The other boy felt like the world she had never explored. And worse of it all was that both of them were beginning to show signs. Ibrahim smiled wider when she walked into a room. Femi looked for her before anyone else. Both boys noticed her mood, her voice, and her silence. She didn't know what to do, but she knew one thing for sure. That someone was going to get hurt. It started small, after school one day. As she and Ibrahim were walking out of the school gate, Femi approached them. Zainab, can I talk to you? He said. Ibrahim stepped back immediately as he said, go ahead. Zainab turned to Ibrahim and said, wait for me, please. That simple sentence, that small choice, cut Femi deeply. He masked it quickly, but the damage was done. The conversation was brief. Femi only wanted to ask about an upcoming test. But he wasn't really listening. He was watching Ibrahim. Watching the way Ibrahim waited patiently. Watching the way Zainab smiled at him. And for the first time, Femi realized that he was losing a race he didn't even know he joined. One afternoon, the school held a debate. Some parents came. All the students gathered. Zainab was one of the speakers. She had finished her argument gracefully and returned to her seat. She didn't know that the two boys were watching her with the same longing. Femi, from the front row, and Ibrahim, from the side. Both were proud. Both were drawn. Both were hopeful. But after the event, something changed. Zainab rushed toward Ibrahim first, all excited. She pulled him into a half hug before she realized what she was doing. Did you hear me? She asked. I was so nervous. Oh my God. Ibrahim laughed shyly as he replied her. You were perfect. Asterisk. Femi stood behind them, his hands in his pockets, his expression tightening. Something in him snapped, and he walked away. That evening, he texted her. Can we talk tomorrow? Please. Zainab felt a strange fear sink into her belly, because she already knew what the talk was going to be about. Femi wasn't asking to talk about school. They met behind the school hall during break. Femi leaned against the wall, his hands in his pockets, his eyes on her. Zainab, he whispered. I like you. Her heart stuttered. He stepped closer. Not too close. Just enough. I know you and Ibrahim are close. But I feel something for you, and I can't pretend anymore. Zainab swallowed hard as she whispered. Femi, I'm not asking for an answer, he said gently. I just need you to know how I feel about you. She didn't speak. She couldn't. Her emotions were tied in knots. Femi nodded. I'll wait till whenever you are ready. And he walked away. Zainab stood there, trembling. She wanted to run after him. And yet, she wished Ibrahim had been the one to say those words. Her heart was a battlefield. It all came crashing down a week later. A classmate, Whale, spread a naughty rumor that Zainab and Femi are secretly dating. Ibrahim heard it. His face fell. He didn't confront her. He didn't ask her any questions. He simply withdrew from her. He stopped waiting for her after class. He stopped sitting with her in the library. He stopped smiling at her. Zainab noticed instantly. She cornered him behind the assembly hall one morning. "Ibrahim, what did I do to you?" she asked. He looked away as he muttered, "Nothing." "Then why are you avoiding me?" she asked. He hesitated, his voice cracking as he blurted, "Everyone says you and Femi are together." Zainab stepped closer, looking disappointed as she asked, "And you believe them?" He didn't answer, and the silence wounded them both. 2 days later, during break, Femi and Ibrahim accidentally collided in the corridor. Their books fell, and the tension snapped. "You don't watch where you're going?" Femi asked quietly. Ibrahim stared at him in disgust as he said, "You're the one blocking the way." Something hot flared up. Students began to whisper. Phones with camera came out. Zainab ran in between them as she screamed, "Enough!" Both boys froze. The hurt on her face silenced the corridor. She grabbed her bag and walked away. Neither of the boys followed her. That evening, Zainab sat on her bed and cried. Not because she loved one boy and not the other, but because she felt responsible for the pain swirling around all three of them. She whispered, "Why did they both choose me when I didn't even choose myself?" The next morning, she asked both boys to meet her behind the art studio. They both came, not looking at each other. She inhaled softly. "I like both of you," she began out sharp. Silence fell between them, "But I'm not ready to choose any one of you." Neither of the boys spoke. She continued, "I'm choosing myself. I don't want to be the reason why two friends, or two good boys, hurt each other." Ibrahim lowered his head. Femi exhaled slowly. Zainab smiled sadly. "You both matter to me, but I need peace. And you need peace too." The wind blew softly between them. Then she said the words that finally broke the tension. "Let's stop fighting over something that is not meant to destroy us." And then, she walked away. This time, neither of the boys stopped her. A few weeks passed. The tension faded away. The gossip died down. Life settled a bit. Zainab focused on her grades. Ibrahim worked harder. Femi channeled his feelings into art. The three of them weren't the same, but they weren't enemies. Sometimes, love doesn't end in a kiss. Sometimes, it ends in peace. And in this story, Zainab didn't end up with Ibrahim. She didn't end up with Femi. She ended up with herself, and that was enough.